Hello everybody and welcome to Bull Technology. On August 6th of this year, I posted a video outlining some of the issues I and many others have with the direction the Sims franchise has taken in recent years. Apart from the video's resounding success given my channel's humble size, the other thing that really surprised me was the sheer number of comments mentioning both Paralives and Life by You, two upcoming life simulator games that aim to take on EA's Sims franchise. While I was aware of these games' existence, I hadn't realized the incredible amount of interest in them, and it is for this reason that I want to make this video. Today, we will examine where The Sims 4 falls short, and where Paralives and Life by You aim to do better. And we will also look at the feasibility of these two games and what their possible success may be. This video isn't to blow smoke up the rear ends of Paralives or Life by You. That's not what I'm in the business of doing. Rather, this video is to give a comparison between The Sims 4 and these two games, as well as give a realistic analysis as to whether either of these games could rival the Sims franchise. In my previous video, I outlined the issues associated with the most current Sims release, The Sims 4, those issues being outdatedness, a lack of features, and paid DLC and expansion packs. Now, I would also like to add bugginess to this list, as many of my viewers were rightfully keen to point this out. I think it is important for a life simulator game to have good character creation, a decent world, engaging life simulation gameplay, an artful build mode, and a host of other features. So keeping this in mind, let's evaluate each game independently. Let's first begin with Life by You, developed by the newly minted Paradox Tectonic and published by Paradox Interactive, the publisher of Cities Skylines. The development of Life by You has largely been led by Rod Humble, who was previously employed by EA to develop both The Sims 2 and 3. Life by You was announced in March of 2023, and the game is set for early access on March 5th of 2024. The pre-order price is currently $39.99, a familiar price to some. Now, I'm not going to cover all of the features in Life by You, there are simply too many for this video, but I urge all of you to check out their website, Steam page, and YouTube channel to follow the development of this game. But there are a few key areas I would like to highlight as strengths that the game has that The Sims 4 is lacking. So how does Life by You compare to the metrics I selected that determine a decent life simulator? Well, Life by You also features character creation that is seemingly super in-depth, and while many credit The Sims 4's character creation as being a step up from past Sims games, I think many will agree that Life by You's is even more of an improvement upon that, with its color swatching, height adjustment, and endless clothing options. Life by You's world is also much improved from The Sims 4. Unlike the puny cartoon towns from The Sims 4, users have true open-world functionality, and this time we can create whole neighborhoods from scratch. It's nice to have these features in an updated life simulation game. When it comes to life simulation gameplay, Life by You takes a new approach. One can control their Sims, or characters, through the normal means, or engage with what the devs are calling direct control. This will make your characters function in the third person, with you directly controlling their movements, like in any other game with movement controls such as W, A, S, and D. This addition is, in my view, a much welcome feature to the game. The character interaction and dialogue is also fully customizable and dynamic, unlike the lazy pre-scripted repeat animations from The Sims 4. Now, I'll actually have to get my hands on this game to see how I feel about these changes, but so far it looks very promising. Building in Life by You is yet another area of wealth. Much like The Sims 4, creating rooms, customizing furniture, and creating the structure of your dreams is all possible. And as mentioned previously, the pattern and color customization runs rings around what The Sims 4 has to offer. Now, only time will tell if the build mode is as intuitive as The Sims 4, but overall this aspect of the game, again, looks promising. Finally, let's discuss other features of Life by You, and man, there are a ton, but I really wanted to point out a couple. First of all, there are cars! Yes, that's right, transportation is finally a consideration, and not just set dressing. There is also a fully customizable traits and skills feature, which, Wow, really makes The Sims 4 look like a kid's game in comparison. And mods. Yes, much like Cities Skylines, Paradox isn't just supporting mods, they're fully embracing them. And it's even mentioned in the cover of their website. Excellent. Okay, so taking all of this into account, let's talk about some possible drawbacks. First is simply possible DLC like The Sims. I have a whole video on my channel dedicated to my DLC issue with Cities Skylines, and this is the same publishing studio. While I don't think it will ever be as bad as The Sims, we may see a variety of paid expansions for this game after it releases, and this I am not looking forward to. Another possible drawback is simply a concern I have with the performance and stability of this game. Both The Sims 4 and Sims 3 suffer from performance issues, and the scope of this game is much broader. Even in the announcement videos from Paradox, the game doesn't appear to be running very smoothly, and so only time will tell if performance is an issue or not. Now, while these might actually be issues with the final game, it's important to note that this game is still in development, so these issues might be fleshed out later down the line. Okay, so let's shift gears to Paralives. Now, I have a little bit less to say on Paralives, and that's mainly because it isn't as polished or fully fledged yet, but it most certainly deserves some more oxygen. Paralives is currently being developed by Paralives Studio, a mostly one-person development team. Development of Paralives began in 2019, and it is 100% crowd-funded, which is awesome. And if you would like to support the development, I'll have a link in the description. As far as when the game will be released and for what price, well, those answers are still unknown. Paralives features a character creation system called Paramaker, and let's just say I'm very impressed with what it has to offer. Color wheels and swatches, height adjustment options, and an array of sliders make creating the person you wish oh so easy, and thankfully, customization is something that Paralives has tons of. The world in Paralives doesn't seem to be as expansive as in Life by You, but if there's one perfect word for it, it would be immersive. The screenshots shared by the devs highlight a whimsical world with an incredible lighting engine and cute graphics that bring me back to games such as The Long Dark. Life simulation gameplay is in no short supply in Paralives 2. There's a spoken gibberish language that's much like The Sims, and the animations and emotions are downright impressive. It seems much more natural and believable than in The Sims, and I love that. We'll need to see more as the game is developed, but so far things are headed in the right direction. The build mode is easily where Paralives shines the brightest. Customization is a central aspect of the build mode, and objects like desks and tables can be stretched and fitted to your heart's desire. This, combined with the excellent lighting and graphics, really just gets me excited to build. When it comes to other features, much like Life by You, Paralives will also fully embrace mods with Steam Workshop support, a more than nice inclusion. Something else that I just have to point out is the community aspect of Paralives. The developers and the people supporting this game all seem like one and the same, and I absolutely love that. There are constant developer updates and recommendations that actually make it into the game. Let's just say EA won't be doing that. So now let's discuss possible issues with Paralives, and the biggest is simply going to be feasibility. Now, Paralives fans may say that people are lining up to donate to this game's development, and this is true, but we still do not have a release date, even for early access, and funding for this game is at the whim of donors. The lack of neighborhoods is also an area that feels lacking to me. Now, yes, the game might add this later on, but there's still a long way to go. But honestly, that's totally okay. Okay, so let's come full circle and answer these questions. Do these two games improve upon The Sims 4 and the rumored Sims 5? Well, the answer for Life by You is undoubtedly yes. Life by You provides better customization, more realistic gameplay, neighborhood creation, and so many other features. So, what about this? Can Life by You actually rival The Sims in the life simulation game space? Well, the answer here is a little unclear. Is it possible? Yes, especially when you consider that The Sims is only really trading on name recognition. It's really going to come down to if loyal Sims fans are willing to jump ship when Life by You comes out, and if Paradox can deliver on their promises. Now what about Paralives? Now does Paralives improve upon where The Sims 4 left off? Well, from what I've seen so far, absolutely, but the path forward is much more unclear. It's clear that Paralives has a loyal following, and I'm rooting for them, but the release is likely still years from now. What I can say about Paralives is this: its strengths make it a terrific competitor in the life simulation space. Let's be clear, people will always buy Sims games. The name recognition and games of the past are enough to con loyal fans into selling games and DLC. But that base is slowly diminishing, and here to take on new fans in this genre are at least two titles: Life by You and Paralives. There will be other competitors for sure, but these two games have a shot, not a guarantee, but a shot at taking on Goliath. Because there will be a new Sims game in town. Be sure to leave a like, a comment, and definitely subscribe. And thank you all for watching.